Stepped on the scene, dripped in saline. Whole crew shining, call me Mr. Clean. Came in from the back, walked right to the front. Dancing to the music, smoking on the. Got the women smiling, punk grilling me, looking all dusty. Black Force energy, I don't even drink, but the team pop bottles. Not here for the beef, but the Glock holds hollows. Think I'm cocky, but I think I'm worse. In this flexing like a Mr. Universe.
This topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is near and dear to G23's heart as well as Ned the TBE. And it's Eddie Hearn confirms that Anthony Joshua is fighting Deontay Wilder December of this year. Let's take a listen and then we'll react to this. So Eddie Hearn was given an interview to Fight Hub TV, and this is what he had to say.
If the white fight doesn't happen, what names are we looking at, really?
Just a name from the top 15. I want someone that's in the top 15 in multiple organisations. We're going to fight Wilder in December, so we're not going to fight like Hergovich or Usyk or Rui, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I still want a guy that we can showcase what we've been working on with Derek James and can prepare him for the Wilder fight, because confidence-wise, training-wise, it's going to put him in a great position for the December fight if he fights in August. And he will fight in August. And now we want 3 fights this year. And he's boxing April, boxing August, boxing December. That'd be a great year for him.
So that's what Eddie Hearn had to say. He says that Anthony Joshua is fighting Deontay Wilder in December. And if you don't know, this has been an issue since 2015 with the Boxing Bros, which in all seriousness probably led to this channel being started because of the vitriol, the venom, the back and forth that will it be decided this December. Okay? And so I'm turning it over to Conspiracy G. What's your reaction to all this?
I mean, Eddie, I like what he's talking about right now. You know what I mean? And I agree 1,000% with the man. You know, before you feed AJ to Wilder, you know, fatten up the meat. You know what I mean? So get him a guy that's
You're not letting that slide. Pause. Pause, yo. Pause yourself.
Yo, you pause yourself. You know what I'm saying?
And that's not sliding.
Fatten up the meat. You know what I'm saying?
He's crazy, yo.
Slaughtered, so he could get slaughtered. You know what I mean? So it ain't nothing, man. Listen, Eddie, he's making a lot of sense though. Now, you know, obviously I'm favoring Wilder, but I like this strategy that they're coming with. Like, hey, let's get AJ in the ring in August with somebody that's ranked in the top 15 in preparation for Wilder. Not somebody like in the top 5, but somewhere in the top 15. So that way AJ could work on some things in preparation for Deontay Wilder. That makes a lot of sense. So I like the approach that they're going with. I still don't think AJ gonna win, but I like how they're thinking, man. Build AJ up, you know what I'm saying? Work on some things so that way when he gets to in front of Wilder, no excuses, just action, and we just see who the best man wins, man. So G23, we're gonna pick up another one this year in December.
All right, TBE, what you gotta say, man?
Ain't no way Wilder winning this fight, man. Like G was like,
just have my money.
This was G. Before AJ fight Wilder, he need a tune-up. I'm like, AJ just fought before Wilder, but he's like, nah, Wilder's a wild, you know, Wilder's dangerous. AJ not. So you know, that's the thing that I'm gonna come in. Y'all gonna think AJ's not dangerous, and he's gonna show you the man he is, and he's gonna prove to the world AJ's back. I don't think AJ's gonna ever beat AJ or old, but we have a new AJ who loves boxing, who trains boxing. I'm like, well, why do you been upping your skills? I like the combination you throw in training, but I never see you throw him in a fight. So it's like what you learn, you never apply to the game. So does it even matter? It's like somebody who runs 10 miles a day, but gets tired after one round once they step in the ring. And it's like, yo, what's all that cardio doing for you, yo? It's like, why? I don't understand. Gee, We done seen Wilder work with Malik Scott, and he looks nice with Malik Scott. And I'm like, yo, you see, like that's what I'm saying. Find your soulmate, someone who elevates your game. But can Wilder apply it to the ring? We have not seen it yet. Anything Wilder learned with Malik, we haven't seen it in the ring. It's always resort back to the right hand. Punch it. He's just punching with that right hand. He's just throwing it till it lands. So, Wilder's still, yes, he's still dangerous. But I haven't seen what Wilder's been learning in the gym translate to the ring. But AJ, I feel it's confirmed. He confirms it, but is it confirmed? I usually go on Boxing Rec to see if they're gonna post the fights to let me know, yes, this is going down. Like, Terrence Crawford, Spence was announced. When I went on Boxing Rec, I was like, let's go, it's going down. When ESPN's talking about it, I'm like, it's going down. But when they're saying they're supposed to fight and never fight, it bothers me sometimes. But I want to see this written down on like the other sites. Let you know this fight's coming in December. So, but I'm excited. This beef's going on almost 10 years. So, me is G23 over. That's all I'm saying. It's over. It's over. This is a great way to end G23. December 2023.
Yeah, well,
Over!
It's over with your money in my pocket. You know what I mean? So it's cool.
All right, Dollar Bill.
Y'all know what happens every time a big fight gets announced. Y'all know what I say every time. I believe it when I see it. I'm sticking to it. I believe it when I see it. You know what I'm saying? Don't get mad at me at the comment section either, because listen, when I'm happy, I get too happy. When I get sad, I get too sad. So you know what I'm saying? I got to keep it in the middle, man. So I believe it when I see it. You know what I'm saying?
No, especially with this fight, because this fight has been floating around for years and it hasn't been made. It's we just got Spence Crawford, but even then we were still like, yo, we need some official confirmation before we could get excited about this. And then when they released their videos, we were kind of like, all right, word. So we hear Eddie talking, but to me, Eddie isn't the most reliable source. I mean, just look at what he said about Canelo Alvarez before he had Canelo. He wanted a lifetime ban on Canelo. Then when he had Canelo, he just romanticized, his friendship with Canelo, and this Canelo's just the coolest guy. He's wearing Canelo pajamas, and now Canelo is over with PBC. So, who knows what he'll be saying about Canelo now. But again, my point is Eddie is the most reliable guy. There are videos of all his contradictions. He was going to change the game, and now the game's not changed. So, and even I've admitted, because I'm someone who I call out people when I feel like they need to be called out. So I call out Wilder, but I've also seen certain things where I once felt like it was 100% Team Wilder that didn't make the fight happen with Joshua before. I do kind of see like, all right, I do kind of see some of the shady deals that were being done and why Wilder couldn't accept. So just as fraudulent as I feel Wilder's $15 million offer and the $50 million offer was to Anthony Joshua, how do you expect to really make this deal with Deontay Wilder when you meet with him about the deal with DAZN, with Lou DiBella, and you want to completely cut out Showtime and you want to completely cut out Al Heyman? And you know that it's possible that if you wanted to do this deal, you could work it out with them the same way it got worked out with Ryan Garcia and Tank when they really wanted to make the fight, right? So you can set it up to where it's like, oh, I offered all this money, but you knew there was never really a possibility of them accepting the deal because of what you didn't include in it, right? And I kind of feel like that was the case with some of the dealings with Wilder, and I pointed that out as well. It was like, it's slick advertising because you can really say like, yo, I made this offer to him and he could have accepted it. But then it's also like, could he really? Because usually when you're signed to a network, there's a no compete, right? It's like if I'm signed to Showtime, I can't just go and fight on DAZN, right? And so you don't really know if it was like that. So when you go back into it, it's kind of like this back and forth has been happening with these guys. And like I said, I feel like they both been doing the same thing. I feel like they've been jousting for position. And I called this out on Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence as well, trying to get the higher percentage. But I do think that both fighters are at a point in their careers where it makes sense for them to fight each other now. So I do have more faith. Because if you're Deontay Wilder, why take any more unnecessary risks? You can go in there with AJ. You can get the bag. If you're Anthony Joshua, why take any more unnecessary risks? You can go in there with Deontay Wilder to get the bag. It's still one of the biggest fights that can be made in the sport of boxing. But if Wilder loses in between and Joshua loses in between, now we're talking about the fight losing value. So I really do hope that they get that fight on in December, because I do feel like it's still big enough to where G's going to act a fool, Ned's going to act a fool, and the Boxing Bros is going to act a fool, because we're going to have Stretch on here, Stretch Team AJ, Big Mo Team Wilder, Complex Team Wilder. It's going to go down on the show every week, huh?
It's going to be the reunion. You know?
I know. It's going to go down on the show every week until the fight. And then after the fight, there's still going to be another fight. So I do hope it happens. But I understand why you're skeptical, Trill. But I do kind of feel like this is the first time where Wilder's in a position and Anthony Joshua's in a position where their best options really are each other.
I agree. Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. We are the Boxing Bros.